everybody, how you doing today? Today it's time for the Deebot T8 Plus Mega Stress Test. A lot of you have been asking for this, so I'm going to go ahead and do that for you today. So a lot of you know this is a very good robot vacuum, works very well, the self-empty bin is very good. The only negative it has for a big cleanup like this is it does not have a dirt bin sensor because iRobot has a patent on that, so nobody else can come up with that technology. Let's go ahead and take a look at the mess. Pretty good sized mess, a lot of rice, a lot of chips, 24 jelly beans total. I got about 12 on the carpet, 12 on the hardwood. As you can see, this is definitely a mega stress test. A lot of robots are gonna have trouble with this, although there has been a few that have done really well with this, such as the Roomba S9 Plus and the Roborock S5 that doesn't even have a self-empty bin. So a huge mess. The problem with these, like I said before, there is no dirt bin sensor. So with this type of a huge mess, it's gonna get full and then just drive around until it either airs out or it's just pushing around debris. We're gonna set the max plus vacuum power for this test. We always do the highest suction power on these tests. In this case, it's the max plus, and it will run 2 times if need be. So what do you guys think? How do you think it's gonna perform? Picking up this gigantic mess. I think it's gonna do very good overall, I really do. It will take 2 runs in my eyes without a doubt. So I haven't used this guy in well over a month, and I do have the powered mopping system attachment on the back, the oscillating mopping pad. Let me know down in the comments what else you guys want to see with this robot vacuum. If you guys want me to do any more tests with this guy, let me know down in the comments. Do you want to see more of the mopping test with the new pad? And just let me know and I'll try to get those videos out for you guys. So let's go ahead and send this guy out. As you can see, it's on Max Plus. There is no map right now. And we're gonna have it clean.
Starting cleaning.
Good luck to you, Deebot. There was a new software update that I did just today. So it's fully updated and ready to go. As you can see, the awesome thing with LiDAR-based systems, it starts a map immediately and it'll fill it in as it goes. And you can see exactly where the robot is at all times, which is really cool. LiDAR-based is definitely the future of robotic vacuums. The only good ones with the camera is the i7 and the S9 Plus by iRobot. What they can do with the camera is quite impressive, but LiDAR is still much better in my eyes. You can see it sucked up the jelly bean with no problem whatsoever. Some robot vacuums have a small inlet port, and it'll be very loud when it sucks up any type of jelly bean. I think this is going to do a really good job, especially after the second time. It might even be perfect. That'd be pretty awesome. One thing I wish robot vacuum manufacturers would do that have the self-empty bin, and they might in the future. I know when bins get full, or even in a normal upright vacuum canister, once it gets full, the suction obviously goes down because the airflow isn't as good. So they need to put in some sort of different sensor or something in the software that'll recognize that, hey, I'm losing suction, that means my bin is full, I should go back and empty. Another thing they could do is have a timer built in the app that you can tell this to go back and empty itself at any time. You can say 5 minutes, 8 minutes, 12 minutes, whatever, and it should be able to just go back and empty at the allotted time. And that's something the user, if they happen to have a gigantic mess, obviously you're not gonna have a mess like this ever, but if you do have a big mess in the kitchen after breakfast or whatever with your kids, you could just say, hey, go empty yourself after 5 minutes, and then it'll be able to do the job without airing out at all. Doing a very good job already on carpet. So let me know in the comments, guys, how many of you guys have this exact robot? How happy are you with it? And what price did you pay? I originally bought this from Best Buy for $7.99. And then it went on sale for like $600, so I have them price matched. And then a few weeks later, this was before Black Friday, it went on the amazing price of $449, and I luckily had them price match again. So I ultimately got this for $449, which is every once in a while Best Buy will do that sale. I haven't really seen it since Christmas, but if you're able to get this for $449, like, that's the best deal ever on any robotic vacuum with a self-empty bin. Now, would I recommend it still at this? I believe it's either $7.99 or $6.99. I think it's $7.99 that I paid originally. So would I still recommend it at that price? Yes and no. It's a really good deal. It's a really good robotic vacuum. But at that price, you're getting really close to the Roomba i7 Plus and the S9 Plus. And I think overall, those are going to be a little bit better in the long run. Let me know if you guys agree with me in the comments. That bin has to be very full. Let's see how it does on the hardwood with this much debris. As you can hear, you hear that jelly bean right now? I believe that's because there's no more room left in the dustbin. So it's literally just sitting there in the roller, getting hit by the roller. So very soon this is gonna air out, which is a shame. And this is one reason why the iRobot absolutely dominates the self-empty bin. That sensor means so much. I don't see if there's any way it's going to get all that in the bin. It's still going in there though. You can see it still sucking up. I still don't understand why they don't give you a timer that you can tell it to go back and empty itself. I really don't. It'd be something so easy for them to put in the app. You can see now it's starting to struggle on picking up the debris a little bit. Starting to kick a lot out the back. You see that? Yeah, now that bin is 100% full. But if it doesn't air out and it goes back and empties at the end of this test, and I have to send it out a second time and it still looks perfect after the second time, it's going to get a solid pass for me. So let's find out. Oh, it said job complete. Okay, well that's good it didn't air out. Let's see how well it empties the absolutely completely full bin. Did you guys think it was going to air out there? Today, Junior. It's okay, you can do it. It won't bite. It'll suck, but it won't bite. Do you need a boost? Like, what are you doing, bro? I don't think I've ever seen it do this. I'm gonna fall asleep. Are you guys all out by now? You can do it! Wow. Have you guys ever seen this with yours? It's the first time it's ever had trouble getting up on the dock. I want to give it a little push.
1 hour later.
Guys, for the sake of this video, I wanted to see if it would air out, but looks like it's just going to keep trying and ultimately fail, I'm sure, because it's not going. So I'm just give it a gentle little push. Not even lined up right. Oh man, what are you doing? I'm going to help it this time because I don't think we have all day. You did it! About time.
Starting charging.
All right, I got it.
Emptying
Thank
the
you.
dustbin.
That's a problem. That's a big problem. It got out almost none of that. Interesting. Let's go and check the app real quick and see if that button's back. Again. All right, there's the completed. Okay, so the empty dustbin did pop back in there, which is nice. Second run. Let's try to empty it again.
The dustbin.
That is not good at all, guys. So the bin and stuff was way too full, and it cannot get that much debris out at once. And once again, guys, this is the mega stress test. It's just for fun. So don't come saying, oh, you'll never see that big of a mess. And you are correct, you won't. But don't you want to see what a robot can handle? I don't have any pets, so if say you have a couple of dogs or cats or whatever, then, you know, this thing would fill up quite quickly with fur. And if it's jam-packed in there like this, it's not going to get your fur out either. So actually, this is kind of a realistic test. if you replace this with fur. So let me go ahead and lift this out, or maybe, I'm not even sure, it's just gonna make a big mess. All right, so let me shake it or something. And there's jelly beans stuck in there. This is not looking good. I'm just gonna drop them down there, that way it's still getting sucked up at least. Okay, let me shake this up, loosen some stuff, and try that again. Hopefully this time it'll get it out. I'm just gonna hit empty again.
Emptying the dustbin.
Yeah, that's a shame. I did not expect this. I thought we're gonna see some awesome video of it just all going out at once from the first time it emptied. So let me do that one more time, and then I might have to manually dump this because
Emptying the dustbin.
Man, what a bummer. All right, one more time. Regardless of what it pulls out, we'll send it out for its second run and see how well it actually cleans.
Emptying the dustbin.
All right, so that was either 4 or 5 times and it finally emptied, but I think it's only because I took it out and shook it. By the time I took it out, I could have just dumped it in my trash can. So that's definitely a bummer. I really liked this bin before, but I don't think I've ever had it that full and then it would mess up like that. That's kind of a shame, but that's only half this test. So now we're gonna run it again to see how well it actually cleans up the rest of this mega stress test. All right, we're gonna send it out one more time, and then we're gonna see if this empty bin
Starting cleaning.
button disappears again. It might stay there this time. Which is, what the heck? What are you doing? Well, that's one way to do it. All right, let's see. Make sure it's still on max, and it is. And we're gonna have this go clean for the second time. This time it's gonna finish the job. I think it's gonna finish it very nicely. The bin is empty, so it should easily handle the rest of the debris on the ground. So I'm not sure. We'll talk about this after it's done, and I'll give you my final verdict on this when you're comparing it to, you know, $800 robots, which is typically what you're gonna be paying for this unless you can wait till Black Friday prices. So instead of showing you that all over again, I'm gonna let it run. And then as soon as it's done, I'll try to catch it before it empties. I'll show you that, and then we'll see how well it cleaned, and then we'll talk about it. If you're new, please do me a favor, like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton. Let me know what else you guys want to see with this robot or any of my other ones. And any other robots that you might want me to test out on the market, that would be good for this channel. And have yourselves an awesome day. I will be back when it's done. right, it is done with run number 2. Let's see if it can get up on its ramp this time. Yeah, it's having, well, come on. It's having issues. I don't understand that. Just pull up. I've never had a Roomba i7 or S9 do this. It just pulls up and docks every time. I've actually never had this thing do this. I've ran this through the normal stress test and it went up there fine. So I don't know if this is a software issue. I'm gonna give it a boost just for the sake of this video. You can see, not a ton of debris. This should come out very easily.
Starting charging. Emptying the dustbin.
All right, well, let's take a look at the job it did after 2 runs. So as I expected, the carpet looks fantastic. Don't really see anything on the carpet like at all, except for this one jelly bean that got pushed in the corner, and most robots have issues getting stuff off the baseboards. Yeah, the carpet looks excellent. Very happy with that. And then the hardwood floor also looks pretty good overall. Not perfect. Looks like it didn't do so great on the edges. That particular corner, no robot does good because of the doorstep. For whatever reason, a lot of robots leave stuff by the step here. And there's some on the edge here as well. And one more jelly bean hidden in the corner there. So overall, I'd say a very good job cleaning. So what do you guys think? Would you guys have been happy with the performance of this? Yes, it was a mega stress test, so it's not realistic, but it actually handled it pretty good, minus the issue with the self-empty bin. And for whatever reason, both times it could not get up on its own dock. I don't know if that's a software issue or what, but both times, that's bad. It took 4 times to empty out the first bin that was completely jam-packed, but I had to shake it a few times to loosen it up. And then it finally got it out. That's another big issue. Never really had that issue with the Roombas. So overall, I do like this robot vacuum quite a bit. But like I said before, if it's $800, I would without a doubt stick with the i7 Plus or the S9 Plus if you can get up to that $1,000 mark on your budget. All right, so at $449, I would recommend this to absolutely everybody. That's a great price. It's gonna be very rare. I bet you we don't see that price until Black Friday or Christmas again. So if you can somehow hold off for that long and it does drop down to $449 again, I would recommend it to everybody. At that price with the self-empty bin, it's a really good robot for everyday cleaning. Now, the reason why I do these tests is because why not? Don't you want to see what these robot vacuums can handle even in a crazy situation? Because I'll tell you, it did a great job cleaning, but the S9 Plus and the i7 Plus does that much better because of their sensor in the bin. It would have never got that full, and it emptied probably 2 or 3 times during that cleaning cycle. So unless these robot manufacturers implement some sort of timing or airflow sensor or something to tell it to go back and empty itself, then they will never be as good as the Roomba. So I'm a little bit worried with the new Roborock that has a self-empty bin. I really hope they've thought of everything, and I really hope that somehow you can have it go back and clean in the middle of a cleaning session, not at like a 30-minute mark. That's just a little bit too long. If they make it to where you can empty it every 5, 10, 20 minutes, whatever, and avoid the sensor, I think that's going to be probably the best vacuum on the market. But as of right now, I still highly recommend the S9 Plus or the i7 Plus if that's what you can afford. But this is a very good contender, very good robot vacuum overall, but I just think the other two are a little bit better. All right, have an awesome day. If you're new, please do me a favor, like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. And let me know what other tests you'd like to see. Have an awesome day. See ya.